What's up, guys? It's your boy Stump, and welcome back to Rank 101, turning noobs to pros since 2020. Now, I would like to apologize for the lack of content this past week. I've been helping my family move into a new house, and I didn't really have enough time to be recording. Also, for those who don't know, I work a full 9-hour shift at work, plus this week we also were getting off later. So there wasn't really enough time for me to actually do anything in the afternoons before I went to bed. So here we are. We're back in it. We're going to be doing videos once a week on Mondays. So I hope to see you guys here. But anyways, let's just get into it. Today we're going to be looking at a player called Liquid. He's a Master 3 player, and he looks like he's playing on the map Raid. So, two things that I noticed throughout his demo is that he has a little bit of trouble with positioning during bombsite retakes, and also has a bit of trouble while peeking. So we're going to take a look at one of the moments where I thought he didn't have good positioning when retaking Bombsite B. So we're going to go in. Okay, so the bomb is planted, and there's 5 players left. 2 of them are around B long. There's 2 inside. Does take that guy out. Pushes in. Now, pushing in like that, not a very good idea, because you don't know how many players are on the site and you don't know exactly where they're going to be at. So it'd be best if you just stay behind cover and wait for the rest of your teammates to file in and help out. And then you just got overplayed. You were outnumbered 2-1. And it's not necessarily a good idea to push into a bomb site alone, especially when all your teammates have died around you. As you can see here, you have no teammates around, you're the only one left, and it's 4v1, and you're trying to take the bomb site by yourself. That's not a good idea. If you have less teammates than the other team has players, you don't want to retake the site. You just want to save and then send your gun to another player so they could hopefully get frags with it. But on to the next point, we have peeking round 2 right here on box. You saw that, right? So he throws a grenade, which you don't really know if there's players back there, which there could be, but not 100% of the time. Also, that grenade is only going to go past them because the door is a lot closer, so you probably should have thrown it more shallow. Right here, I just want to show you guys, he keeps peeking back and forth in a spot where players won't usually come unless they have to be exposed right here, because the breach has to come through past box into the doorway. And when he's standing right there, he has a clear view of where the breach is going to come from. So if he sees them coming here, he can just pop out, take a couple shots, catch them off guard. But instead, he just keeps peeking out back and forth, and eventually gets caught by the guy who's lurking right here. And because he's got excellent aim, he gets a headshot. A nice, juicy headshot. Basically, what you need to work on is your peeking and your positioning for bomb site retakes. So I'm going to show you in-game just how to do that.
I'm on the coalition and I want to retake Bombsite B. Don't do it in vent entrance, because this area is too small for you to actually get any good angles off of. Plus, you have guys back here that you can't see. You got a guy over here you can't see. You got guys up here. You got a guys probably looking here. You got a whole bunch of things you got to worry about. So the best places for you to take Bombsite B or retake Bombsite B is from Heaven or from B long. Now, vent, you could do it, but it requires some finicky throws, like through this part right here. We gotta stand by this post, throw it in. Even I can't throw that. One grenade you could throw to block off sight from here is that smoke, so you could just focus on these guys. But even then, once you throw that smoke, they're going to be suspicious, like, hey, they're in vent entrance, they're going to be shooting through this, they're just going to spam it, they don't care. And also, if they could spam through this barrel here, right there, it is a very common spam spot. You don't want to go vent entrance when retaking Bombsite B. So there's a couple things you could do. For retaking Bombsite B on Be Along, you got to be wary of players that are wanting to pop out into Be Along to make sure there's no one coming. Banana. So you got to make sure you're looking here by the box, and you're going to stay close. You want to check on top of this stack here. Then you go to check the back beside by the barrels here. Then you want to check on top in heaven. Then you got to check by box. Then you got to check vent. Just make sure no one's chilling there. And then you're going to chill right here. Because once you're here, you can throw a smoke and it'll bounce into there. So that way you can throw a flash into heaven, which I couldn't do. But you'll be able to come in. You'll be able to take the guy out from vent. Take the guy out right here. Take the guy out that's sitting here maybe. But the most common spot you'll find the bomb planted is right here in this corner. And in one of your rounds, the bomb was right here, and a guy with a sniper tried shooting the bomb through the window, and he almost got you. And you were sitting like right here, or I think it was here, but you still ended up dying because you had guys in heaven. And if they have the high ground, they're going to have a lot easier time shooting you than you are if you're just crouched on the ground on the base level. But wait, what am I saying? You can't take bomb sites by yourself. You need teammates for that. You need to have actual coordination with your teammates, and doing that in a solo queue is impossible. What I'm trying to say is that if you are by yourself and there is either 2 or more players on the other team, don't take it. Don't take the bomb site. Just save and let them try and find you. So that way you have a better chance of holding an angle and them try to look for you than them actually trying to sit and camp while you're just hanging out. So that's bomb site taking 101. Don't take it by yourself. Wait for your teammates. But there's one more thing that I want to show you, and it's around a site. And if you do have a pre-made team, that's good. You'll be able to communicate with your team a lot better. But especially if you need to retake a site as the coalition, you're going to want to have teammates on comms. That is the 100% best way to retake sites. So you can coordinate with your team to actually know when to push, when to throw grenades, and all that fun stuff. And the best grenades that you can use for taking bombs or retaking bomb sites is the flashbang and the smoke grenade. I did that in the reverse order because I can. Shut up. So, on a site, the best smoke you could possibly throw is right here, looking at the window, a standing throw, and followed by a flashbang. Because the smoke will distract the other players on site, and the flash will then blind all the players in sight. And you already have a player out by a entrance, or you could have a player or two by CT entrance to take out the players in ramp or coming out from the smoke trying to find more cover. And that's one of the easier ways to retake a site as the coalition. Again, this is referring to you need to have more than just yourself. You need to have teammates on your side when you're retaking bomb sites, because if you don't, then it's just going to go downhill. You won't be able to do anything, and that'll be that for you. But that was just the first part. So let's get into what he actually has a problem with that I can show him how to fix, and that is peeking. So, when you're peeking, you're essentially trying to get information. And peeking is a lot different from holding angles, because holding angles means you are already peeked and you're just holding a spot where you can see a sliver of the player and then take shots. And then you'll go behind cover and then you'll peek again. So essentially, coming from cover to a choke point or an open area is called a peek. A shoulder peek is essentially that. You just expose yourself to where you can see the area that a player might be, and then you can gather information from that. So let's say you're in mid. The best way to shoulder peek is if you're close to a wall like this, so you can just quickly peek, and if you have your knife out, you can just peek, fall back, re-peek, and do all that fun jazz. So let's say you're in mid and you need quick peek, and then you notice there was a guy coming down the ramp and a guy going to B connector. So once you know that information, you can go behind, go into chat, say, hey, there's a guy mid. I did that on purpose because I can. There's two guys mid. One of them's going B connector. One of them's at T room. I guess you could call this skylight in this T room since there's really nothing you could do in here. Anyways, peeking is essentially gathering information for your team by using the radar to indicate where other players are at, just for a brief moment, so that way you know that there are players in that area. And this can also work if you're on the breach. So let's go ahead and go to the breach and show you how you can peek as the breach. Now as the breach, your objective is to plant the bomb as quickly as you can, while also keeping as many players alive as you can. So one way you can use a peek on the breach is to gather information on common choke points. So right here in heaven, you got a guy that could stand right here. You also got a guy that could stand in the box. You also got a guy that could stand right here or here. And you also got a guy that could chill here. You can also drop down, look for the guy in vent, and you also look for the guy chilling by boxes. That's essentially how peeking works for the breach. Is essentially you're trying to make sure the area is clear before planting the bomb. Then you can set up shop, throw your grenades to block off main entrances and keep them from pushing in. Those are all bad throws on my part. But anyways, only use peeking for information gathering purposes. Like one round, he was rushing into here and he peeks all the way out, tries to take out a sniper that's sitting here, but ends up getting shot down anyways. What you could have done is, if you knew that there was someone B long, peek it, and if you saw someone there, you just wait for them to get their shots off, and then re-peek, get positional advantage, and then take them out. So that's essentially what I noticed that you need to work on.
Big shout out to Liquid for sending in this video. I'm sorry I didn't get to this sooner because I kind of want to keep a variety of videos on my channel. I don't want to keep uploading the same video over and over again. And also with the move-in, kind of messing up my schedule. I couldn't quite get to it in time. I was going to do it, but I couldn't because of situations. But thank you so much for being patient. I appreciate it. I will get to your videos as soon as I can. But let's take a look at how you stumped the other team. That's a classic. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay safe. Bye-bye.